Uh, Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to All World Gaming. I'm Kaz, joined here by Genix, and we've got game number 10, I believe, or no, 9. Team Elation versus Infamous GN. I believe we're about to hop right in.
So today's map is going to be Cafe, a nice change of pace from the Oregon games that I've been casting for a while now.
Teams just seem to like Oregon for some reason.
Yeah, it's been we've had like 4 or 5, no, more than that. A lot of Oregon games. I've lost track.
Yeah, there were a lot the
But
first day as well.
yeah, we're
Too
gonna
many to
see.
count.
Oh boy. First ban, Thatcher. Pretty standard for a map like this with just Thatcher kind of is a standard ban for most maps. I can't really think of many other than Coastline where you don't ban Thatcher.
Yeah, Thatcher's been pretty common, I guess, in the current meta, and people start to vary out a little bit, but it's really one of the more basic bans. Ace, interesting though, on Cafe, definitely one of the best hard breachers in the game, especially for map like Cafe with all the walls. So interesting ban. I'll curious to see if I don't know they'll mainly run with a Thermite instead, or possibly Hibana.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to see a Thermite rather than Habana just because, well, Habana's pellets have limited usage here with the with all these hatches that honestly don't really need lead to site, and so you don't really have a need to reinforce them. So we're probably going to be seeing a lot more Thermite, and well, Mai is always nice to not have projectiles to deal with from Team Elation, so you know,
Yeah,
we're gonna see.
definitely makes sense.
Miraban, Miraban's definitely for bakery for sure.
Hmm.
Um, but
Yeah,
yeah,
Cafe
it
is
looks like
really one of those maps that really like suffered a lot from the 20-second meta. So the Wamai ban really helps and makes it a lot harder to hold all those really powerful positions.
yeah, definitely. There we go. As we see the Thermite. Oh, we see Cade for the first time in a long time. In this league, we haven't really seen that much Cade in at least the matches that I've casted so far. But okay, we're gonna see Callie instead of Sledge.
Oh, spicy going for the Cali instead of a more classic Maverick, but that was interesting to see.
Starting on a bottom floor defense. Looks like they're gonna be setting up. They're gonna be crossing off. What's that called? Restaurant? I believe it's called a restaurant.
Prep, this right here. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
No. I was talking about where's that? There's that like that one really big bar. I think it's called restaurant. I don't know. But we're gonna probably be seeing a tight bakery hold here. With all the info denial being here, and let's.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense to bring the Cade as getting that freezer hatch is pretty important. Freezer, not something teams go for as often because it's a bit like riskier and scary to push like only, but it's still good to get the hatch open, just apply like phantom pressure and make them have to worry about it.
Yeah. Oh. Strix gets one. Very nice opening pick there. Leads them down to a 4v5 here for Infamous. The castle's gone, which honestly it doesn't pose that much of a threat considering that he's got all of his things down. It's a nice if you had to lose one, castle's probably the pick here. But oh,
Oh, range adding
there's
on to
two.
as well. That's the Mute and the Mozzie both gone. That's two C4s down, which is pretty rough, but he finally gets back onto Glaucus. That's good first start, but defense is really struggling so far, only with 3 people left, and offense 4 people. Strix does some damage onto the castles. He backs up and sprays a lot of shots. They have him cornered in coat check, and there's really no way out.
Tomato does get sticks though, netting himself a little more breathing room to get that reload in, and as we've seen, the attackers have opened up Freezer here, which is it looks like is gonna be held down by Love You, and we're not really seeing anything at the moment as teams are just holding their angles, and uh that castle has done a really effective job at buying time
Yeah, the
for these
castle, that was a
defenders.
huge play. The defenders were really in a pretty bad place in a 5v3, but Malones actually gets one onto the Jaeger player playing in site, I believe, and that's really not great for the defense. They've only got one player left on site. Other one left is Tomato off in coat check, and he's being held down by the Zofia. So it's going to be all up to Jinkmeister, the Cade, to stop this push, but Tomato gets another one. He's on a triple kill. Shots through the unreinforced walls. The Cade pops up and gets one. It's all on Malones. There's nothing he can do. He downs one, though, and Tomato's on low health. This is winnable, but
Malones
oh,
1 HP in a dream here. We're gonna have to
it's a
see.
rough
Doesn't
spot.
doesn't go for that kill, and Tomato missed him.
He didn't know he crossed.
He crossed over into prep, and it looks like he's 15 seconds. Has
Oh,
to get
they're
that plant
both
down,
such low
and
health.
doesn't really have. Oh, that's
He
unfortunate.
died to the Cade charge? I have never seen that before.
That is so
Wow.
unfortunate.
I've never seen that icon in the kill feed before. Wow. Such low health that just a little bit of electrification finished him off.
Yeah, that was Malones really couldn't do anything there with no breathing room, and that 1 HP, just that one little slip up cost him that round. But we did see a brilliant hold there from Tomato and able to pick up the slack from those 2 roamers that got picked off early, and really wasted Elation's time and did a really nice job of that. But we see third floor defense now. Smoke and Jaeger, as you typically would suspect. And oh, Goyo too. I missed that, I guess. But
Bringing the castle again as well. They seem to like this castle both for bottom floor and top floor.
yeah, I imagine they're gonna be locking down. I think probably I'd say red stairs in the windows.
Mm-hmm.
Just to cover your bases. But
Yeah, I'm curious to see. Sometimes teams have interesting strategies. I wonder where they'll put them, but looks like a pretty basic setup so far. I'm not entirely sure where the Goyo shields have gone, but oh yeah, there we go. One's in pixel, pretty classic setup, and there's no Omai to really protect it, so it's going to be a lot easier to burn that utility. They do have a Jaeger, of course, but still a strong position.
yeah, it looks like they've opted to open up Freezer looking into piano, but instead of reinforcing it like most teams would. So I'm interested to see what we go there. Dummy
Range
is
got slightly blown up
already
somehow.
hurt really bad. I wonder what happened.
I don't know
Failed
what
spawn
happened.
peek
I swear I
attempt?
heard an explosion, maybe.
Yeah,
Things
that's
are
one
off to an
C4
early
down.
start. I wonder if he damaged himself. I doubt it, but maybe. Oh, what is this double Goyo? Back to back. That's an interesting play you don't normally see, and he's committed to it. I sure hope he has some ADSs because there could be a chain of explosions and fire if he's not careful. Looks to be
Oh
playing fairly
dear.
aggressive though, getting the shields. Team Elation kind of slow on the take right now. They really just sat around the roof, and 2 minutes in, they do need to make some moves. The damage on Nagoya was a good start, but they need to hurry their execute up. Thermite charge going off. I believe that was from red stairs going into a little cocktail bar there. And Tomato, first pick, he's doing really great this game. And that was Malone as well. I believe he managed to use one of his exothermic charges, but they have no other hard breach. And That's gonna be really rough for Team Elation going into the later seconds.
Yeah, definitely. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh,
is this the? Oh,
Tomato. See a nice double kill from Tomato there. Ended up taking out both their Ash and the Thermite, which can honestly is going to probably be a lot harder to deal with those Goyos now due to the fact that you only have two Sophia impacts here. Does opt to use one though to clear out the Goyo playing in piano, taking a little bit more space from these defenders.
and fire stopping the path of Team Elation as everything seems to stall out a little bit. Right as I say that, things come to life and Glaucus get ones, but Ikoyo quickly frags back and leaves us in a 2 versus 3. Looks like we've got the Mozzie on a bit of a flank as offense seems to be struggling a little bit. Sophia and the Sledge are going to have to search for some frags and really get whatever they can. But with the smoke on the board, they're really going to struggle in this final push.
Bubs here holding that tight angle, opts to get off right as
Oh,
they
the
peek. Oh,
swing.
that was terrible timing there from terrible timing there, and
Oh, he gets 2 from that angle. Great
yeah,
play
that
by
was
Mozzie on White Stairs.
quick peeks and those excellent callouts there.
Mm-hmm.
Always comms are vital in this game, and as you saw it right there. Honestly, you just had that nice pre-fire and nasty pre-aiming there. Honestly,
Yeah, he knew exactly where he was and just quick popped up, took the head off, right back down. It's a
we
nice
see a
shot as well.
fireplace reading defense instead of a train defense, I believe.
Yeah, teams tend to in general prefer the reading fireplace, but I guess I've seen more people lately do train, which I've always thought was kind of curious. Some teams can make it work, but I'd say reading and fireplace is the easier one to defend. I'm curious. Some teams like this site a lot, and some teams really don't. And considering that Infamous is used as their tertiary site, they probably don't like it the most, but still got a pretty similar lineup with the castle and the Goyo.
Yeah, definitely looks like they're gonna have to. They're focused on and committed on burning all this utility here. Um, Opening up a small little rotate here into sight from White Stairs could be a little weak there, considering that the attackers can always come from those White Stairs. But we'll
Yeah,
see
I
here.
think
We'll see.
typically we'll have someone where the Jaeger is now on lower White Stairs, really defending the fireplace bomb site. And I actually really like they have the hatch open in fireplace. I'm curious if we'll see someone in freezer with a C4 trying to throw it up and over. That would be great to see, and it's really fun strategy.
Yeah. Definitely. There's definitely some potential here on this site. And looks like the team is going to be entering through red stairs. On the top from the top floor, hoping to take some vertical space. Get rid of some of that extra utility and take that top floor in order to grab some vertical potential here. They do spot out Junkmeister and playing the top floor, hoping to keep them at bay here, but
Yeah, Team Elation was a pretty strong start in their attack. They're quickly carrying things out, and Glaucus gets the smoke. That is really not the operator you want to lose, and range adds on as well. Gets Junkmeister playing in the top floor. They've almost completely got top floor from the defenders, and this is not looking good for Infamous.
no, it is not here. We do see some of the Goyo shields going out, and one, I think the mute is playing is trying to play all of White Stairs and is having a little bit of trouble deciding to go
Oh,
there. Oh,
nice
that's
flick from Strix.
unfortunate.
And that's Tomato as well. The guy you really knew could go huge for them, but shut off. And this is really going to be tough for the defenders. Ooh, working on the retake up White Stairs. Okoyo gets 1, but there's 3 more looking to get his refrag, and Bubs shuts him down. It's all on Illy, and he gets 1 from Pillar, but gets shut down by range. Nice attempt from Team Infamous, but Elation take their first offense. Strong round from them.
Yeah, this round was it really fell apart when you lost both your top four roamers, and especially that smoke that really hurt them, as seeing as they were unable to protect the top floor. It really ended up forcing them to attempt to take it back in exchange for a few of their lives, and that that also that pick from Strix onto Tomato was just unfortunate, as Tomato has kind of been their fragger keeping everything together. And
On Castle as well, it's been interesting to see. Not typically the fragging operator, but Tomato stepping out hard. I believe he's 5 or 6-1 so far.
five
Yeah,
and
or
two
five
now.
and two now. Still a strong start just for the first 3 rounds, especially playing such a supportive operator like Castle with a bad gun like the UMP.
Yeah, we are gonna see them return back to their kitchen defense though, and a similar setup as to before, and no Cade this time though. Oh no, I spoke too soon. I did see the Cade. I missed that apparently. Um, but a very similar setup to the last time, and we're gonna see if Team Elation did in fact how do I say this? Is see if let's see if it changes this time. See if Team Elation has or improved
We'll have to see if they
from their last attack.
capitalize. Sorry, go ahead.
We're gonna see if they improved from their last time and see if they learned anything that could help them this round.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll be able to catch. I don't think the observer was just showing that the hatch was actually reinforcing the freezer. That's a big mess step from Infamous, and especially because they're bringing the cage for the hatch. But yeah, it's still soft, and at this point, it's really too late to get it unless they go for a very ballsy play. As Team Elation is already in the building and still not reinforced. So that's really not what Infamous wants, especially since the last round that they played on this bottom floor really did not go well for Infamous until the end. They were in a 5v3 and managed to bring it back, but they need to do better this time because this could definitely look like a Team Elation round if they're able to capitalize on these mistakes.
Yeah, we do see them heading from the top down, getting that roam clear. Very heavy on that roam clear in order to grab some vertical pressure here, as we do see them opening up both prep and freezer, which is honestly pretty scary for a defender, considering that you have to watch all of these holes and hope that you don't get shot from the ones that you aren't watching. But we do see Tomato here holding an angle on red stairs, and
Bit of an aggressive angle as he looks up. It might be going to try and get a pick and fall back. It doesn't. Don't know if they have any drone on this or anything. Is looks like
oh
he's still going up
dear.
and he gets one onto Glaucus. That's the Nomad. And the person who was supposed to be watching the flank got flanked. That is unfortunate. And good start for Infamous since they still have lots of control around Kochek and have a man advantage.
Yeah, we do see. Oh,
Ooh.
love you with a nice run out there. Ended up taking Strix, which is oh, that Ash is another one actually on the range. Very nice plays here from the Jaeger. That
Yeah, he's
aggressive
doing
roam,
big
and
for his team this round.
yeah, it's time for him to step up and get those kills with that nice carbine. That you
Mm-hmm.
do love to see from these defenders. Let's
And
see if he does
2v5.
catch Bubs.
Oh,
Oh, that's
ah, no.
a Reign of
Bubs
Terror
is
has
able to shut
stopped
him
his.
down.
Bubs does end up shutting him down, and oh, Malones refragged by Tomato and finished by Ikyo. Bro- they did try and capitalize this, but that Jaeger just ended up clearing out all of their aggressive operators, and kind of just ended up hurting that push to the point where you had to get lucky, and Tomato was there on the flank, and Lovey stepped up and got those kills where he needed to, and you just really couldn't do that much after it.
Yeah, the Jaeger stepped up big, and Team Elation really didn't have much of a plan there. They cleared the top floor, cleared the middle floor, had a pretty solid roam clear, didn't lose anyone, started to play vertical, and that was kind of the end of their plan. They opened some holes in the floor, opened the hatch, and then just tried to drop and push, and there was really nothing they could do. They were completely shut down by the players playing on the first floor, which they did not clear out at all. So they need to work on their game plan. Is gonna need something more solid for the top floor defense, where Infamous has looked really solid so far.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if we're gonna see them opening piano back up. Because last time was quite. Oh, does look like we will see that out, and that info denial is going to be set onto red stairs, which is where they did come last time. Um,
I like that hole that they do make into piano, or I think they are about to. Maybe they're not. No, I think they are now, but it's really smart, especially for how they have the Goyo using his shield in there already. Makes it a lot easier to hold and a lot harder to attack. The Team Elation gonna have to push hard to take control, and they do have a lot of stuns, and Ash and Wamai, or not Wamai, sorry, Zofia stuns, so I think they'll be able to clear the utility pretty well, but we'll have to see.
yeah, we do see a sledge up there again, there for those hatches, and those extra nades are going to be really useful considering that the ADSs are the only thing that is stopping those from taking out those Goyos. But yeah, we do see Ikyo gets spotted out on the first floor as Strix does drone him out and take a peek into sight from that window.
Looks like they're getting the same wall open as before into the little bar and piano, and they're gonna be going for a similar push, but they're gonna run into this Goyo. They're gonna run into Dummy Theo, and he gets shut down immediately. He's 0-4 so far. That is not great for him. I believe that's pixel control already lost, and hopefully the offense can capitalize on it before anyone retakes his position. As I don't think they even spent any utility on it. In range, lost about 25 HP, but yeah, the shields are still standing, but defense has absolutely no control. If Elation finds this out, they can take it for free.
Yeah, Malone, I'm sorry, Dummy Theo did at least use his C4 before he did die. But we do see
Oh,
Tomato here in a tough spot at around 25 HP, and that's never good for your top performer. And luckily, he does manage to get out, hop over that rail, and
I don't know how he snaked his way through everyone. Glaucus almost saw him earlier, but didn't quite. But gets Koyo going for a run out, and Strix gets one as well. It's on to a 2v5, a 2v4 though. 2v3 is I Love You manages to get a kill, and it's looking much better for Team Infamous, but Glaucus shuts him down, and Range finishes up with a final kill. There's nothing Tomato could do that round, and it was a good offense from Team Elation, much stronger.
yeah, definitely. We are seeing them. It looks like they are getting in their groove and finally being able to pick up a few rounds from Infamous. Um, nice tight 2-3 score line as we approach the final round and a half, and this point can honestly end up making or breaking the game, considering the fact that a nice score line going into a half is something that you can find really comforting and give that extra confidence boost that you might need in order to make those plays and those calls that you would need to mid round. But we do see them attempt the reattempt this third floor defense here. But oh
Oh, that's not what you want to see at the start.
no, that looks like a little bit of friendly fire going on there as Ikkyo does lose the majority of their health and ends up at a nice 25%.
Yeah, I think that
But
was Tomato trying to make holes in the counter there, and that's not going to be great for Coil, especially considering he's playing on that aggressive roam game. Not going to be able to take many shots. Looks like this time they have a different quite a different strategy is they're actually reinforcing that wall into piano off.
Yeah, they do have they did have a deployable in there, which was honestly quite interesting for me. Cause I didn't really know what was happening, but we do see the standard deployable in piano to help hold it from that push, but if I recall correctly, I did not see any utility denial on it. So it could be a little bit easy to flush out that player in piano and gain a little bit more of that area as you push up a little bit. And
Oh, I love you is very close, but the low HP all Strix has to do is spray, and he just downs a Koyo immediately. That's
yeah,
very
that's
unfortunate.
not much you can do there as a Koyo, as you've kind of been accidentally shot up and taken that gunfight at a disadvantage, and never, if possible, you never want to take those gunfights at disadvantages. And oh, Tomato with a
Oh,
nice tight angle onto Strix there.
Strix was not expecting that.
Gets the Ash there, denies a little bit of utility. But
It's a good move. Tomato's been doing great as well. And 4v4 is definitely much better from the defenders than losing that Mozzie right away.
Tomato! Oh
Oh,
my
that was such a
god!
clean shot. Tomato
Has
is doing it all for his team right now, all on Castle with the UMP.
almost took off the head of Junkmaster though. In the process, it's a nice clean shot, but Theo here swings out onto Malones and does get that hard breach.
Theo breaking the
We do see a
donut, leaving us in a 4v2, which is definitely much more advantageous for the defenders.
yeah, Bubs goes down and Gelatinous also there. Oh, and the 6-shotter. Dummy Theo on the Wild Wild West with that triple kill, and
He's
yeah,
just hopping around that bar playing like crazy. Pulls out the revolver, hits him with a couple shots, and 4-2 split. Not actually too bad for Team Elation. Cafe is one of those more defense-sided maps, but Elation just needs to really hope that their defenses go well for them, because otherwise they'll be in trouble.
yeah. Oh, we really gonna see a clash?
Oh no.
Oh dear. Okay, there we go. The 6-pick coming out into Valkyrie. That's more like it. So we are gonna see a third floor defense here. Which is a really popular first site for pretty much every team. And we're gonna see that Jaeger for the info denial and the a Maestro as well to hopefully get some utility denial and get a little bit of usage out of those evil eyes. We do see that most teams do like to push through piano. We are gonna see an evil eye set up in there as they too opt to reinforce that freezer wall.
Yeah, also a Malusi and a Valkyrie, which is very different from what Infamous was bringing. But I actually like this defense lineup a lot more, especially for the top floor. The Goyo works pretty well, I guess, for denying, and they actually don't have any shields on the board. But instead, Intel seems to be the name of their game. So curious if we might see some nice C4s from below, as we've got 3 C4s on the side of Elation.
Yeah, we do see those wubwubs are gonna be really difficult for attackers pushing up those stairs, and um
Look at this. Bubs is just laying on the stairs. He's ready for it. He's trying to catch someone off guard.
he's really hoping for someone to go to that window.
He believes.
But
He
it
sits
doesn't
there
look
for
like his
long enough,
prayers
he'll
are
show up.
answered. It doesn't look like his prayers are answered as they decide to push through red stairs, and Dummy Theo here holding an angle onto Freezer from sorry. Gelatinous here with an iron sights on SMG-11.
I've seen him do that before, and I want to ask him why. Glaucus, why do you do this? I don't understand.
Interesting choice. No hate, no hate. We do see the wub-ups come into play as Tomato is detected here. Does take out an
Tomato's just
ADS
pushing
though,
up
get
for
rid of.
free, though.
Yeah, it does take out an ADS. Strix here
Galactus is
hoping to
right around the
catch him.
corner.
Glockness sitting here, also waiting, hopefully getting that punish, but doesn't look like they're actually going to be pushing that. As they do fall back and head towards Cigar.
Yeah, the smoke, or the mute, I should say, lying in wait with the shotgun. Pretty commonplace in bathroom, just that tight angle, playing around with the shotgun. We'll have to see if they're able to push through, as it's one of the tougher things playing against a shotgun, as I said. And I love you spraying down towards one, down by pillars. Attack seems in full force right now, and Team Elation are really struggling to keep their ground. As I love you gets one onto range. It's a good frag, and if he was the roamer off site, Strix stuck in a corner could get wallbang between the soft walls. Dummy gets one as well. Strix does refrag, but 4v3, 3v3 now. Strix gets a second one. Like, he's on low health, but he's going big.
Malones, unfortunately unable to get that kill onto the Zofia. Does net them a little bit of time as Bubs falls back.
Oh, he
There's
saw
the
one, but the
C4 and
C4!
oh,
That was a
he
nice
said
C4, right
catch.
up over the banister.
He said
Oh,
catch
do
as
they have the
Strix does
info
attempt
from
to deny
below?
that.
They don't have enough info, though. I guess the Valkyrie cameras were not in the right place to point it out. As 2v2, Strix and Bubs left in the retake, but Bubs gets one and gets the other one as Strix run to a Claymore, but it's all right. Bubs making sure he doesn't walk into something while he carefully walks over to the diffuser, and it's a solid retake from them. Bubs got two for his troubles, and I guess Strix just wanted to pat the other team's KD by walking into the Claymore.
Ruining his own in the process, but you know what? Charity. Charity's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did see Team Elation did have an excellent third floor defense with that retake, and I wonder if we're gonna see something similar to that this round in the kitchen service and cooking sites, but we'll have to see as we do head into this half with a vigil here for their heavy roam and gelatinous on the castle and Malones on that Cade. Cade here seems to be the play for pretty much every team so far. Here for to get that hatch and that wall at the same time. Or
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, not at the same time, just
Yeah, you can get both at the same time, the freezer wall and the hatch.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
That's most likely what they're using it for, and it definitely makes sense, although I'm slightly surprised they don't bring a mute on this because, that means that there's going to be one wall that's left completely open, although looks like Team Lation might actually be making a hole in freezer. Some teams will do this and then have someone play either with a shield or maybe even without a shield in wedding, and they can sort of watch the drop in the freezer entrance. And they actually do have a mute, so wall denial won't be too much of a problem, but it looks like they're going to go for that partially reinforced wall.
yeah, that's a not it's an rotate here for to help that player playing out on white stairs get out of those sticky situations as you get stuck, and it's never fun when you are stuck and there's two or more attackers just trying to push you from multiple angles and you have to try and play that. But Strix here doing some late round reinforcements as we do see him on this heavy roam, as we do see Gelatinous in the top floor and Strix and mid hopefully able to get a little bit more denial, catch some of those attackers and waste their time, maybe get a few picks here and there, but seems to be their strategy. Have three defenders on site and two in the heavy roam, and we do see I love you here with setting up a claymore as he prepares to drone. As they do enter the third floor where Gelatinous should be waiting here.
Yeah, so
He
far
does have
they've
the
gotten top floor pretty uncontested, but Strix was on the roam earlier, and Tomato looks like he knows one's around. We got Glaucus and Strix still on the roam, evading everyone, and Pubs actually gets Tomato with a shotgun on white stairs. There's another one close if he knows it. He could throw up a C4 like before, but he's just falling off and playing it safe. Strix was actually down, but he might be able to be revived. The C4 comes out, but a nice spray from Junkmeister, but Glaucus actually gets one of the C4 before he died. Or not Glaucus, sorry, Glaucus didn't die. But I love you quickly. He gets two. That's both the roamer shut down. They were doing great until that last second where they just both got caught out in a crossfire. Now it's just going to be down to Range and Malone's to hunker down in sight as the vertical play starts to come in. It's going to be risky to peek these, but Range needs to find something for his team.
Yeah, it does look like that freezer wall opening may come to bite him for it, as they did not reinforce it, and that didn't really see much usage here. But we do see Malone is holding it, and
Attackers have located a bomb.
fires off a few warning shots. Hopefully, not able to find any heads or bodies though. As he does get lit up, and they do proceed to push through that hole, and
Jump.
Junkmeister here getting able to kill that Malones, and the range stuck with all the work left to do in a 1v3.
Oh, Range trying to get the little shot through the bomb chassis. Doesn't quite get it. Gets the flick onto a Koyo in freezer, though. It's a 1v2. This is one of the tougher spots to retake. He's going to have to check each angle very diligently. As it's, Team Infamous are playing it smart, backing off, not giving him the gunfights, letting him try and get the diffuser because he has to stick it for 7 seconds and they can easily retake it. The swing from I Love You shuts him down. Infamous take their attacking round in quite a strong manner as the roam for Team Elation just completely fell apart, all on the back of I Love You.
Yeah, I love you. Just ended up shutting down that heavy roam and putting extra pressures on the defenders that were hunkered down in sight. And the fact that they have vertical play coming in and heavy and quite a few bodies left to be able to throw at you is really disheartening as a defender here. Doc?
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if we'll see a 6 pick or not.
Yeah, we do
Not
see
very
a six
common.
pick into the
Uh,
Malusi. Those,
that makes more sense.
yeah. Zotness has been favoring the Malusi here, but hasn't gotten too much utility off of those wubs. As they haven't really been directly pushing site until later in
Attackers
the
need to
rounds
locate and
when
defuse as many bombs as they can.
most of the wubs are gone, and
Yeah, I think the Malusi will definitely be beneficial. Definitely also over the Doc because it seems to me that Team Elation is more of the strat-oriented team, and Infamous just kind of came in with the frags last time. But they had, last round they had a nice setup. They had roamers who got a pick, were falling back. They were trying to play it safe. They had sort of everything going their way, and then I Love You just walks in and kills two of them as they're trying to fall back, and that was the start of the end for Elation. So you're going to be looking to slow the attack down a little bit more and probably play a little safer as they just really don't want to get outgunned
Discover the
again.
location of a bomb. Attackers'
yeah,
objective is to defuse a bomb. A bomb has been located.
we do see Tomato reload right in front of that hole, but
The
we
quick
see that
pushing from
wub here.
Infamous.
Does get taken out though by that Zofia impact. Really,
Ooh, I
really an
wonder.
easy just shutdown for that. As Gelatinous is not on the roam this time. Instead, he's hunkering down inside sight,
That's
getting
the smart play because looks like we've got 3 or possibly 4 people stacked up in Bakery. If he wasn't there, they might have seen the flaw in the defense and just rushed in. And it actually looks like they're going for a quick execute. Is this a ranked match? They're just pushing right in prep. They don't care about the rest of the map at all. It's going to be all up to Glaucus and Range to hold this doorway on site. It's like they don't even have any other map control. They are just full on pushing this.
flashbangs do come out, and Ikyo just Gelatinous here,
Glaucus
able
gets
to
2
get
with
here.
Theo in for 2 more and quickly shut down by Bubs, who's there as well. And he finishes off all 3 with the shotgun and with SMG-11. Strong hold and seems like an ill-advised rush from Team Elation.
That Team Elation does have a nice rush, as I've seen in
Oh, I meant Infamous, my bad.
Team Elation does have nice rushes I've seen in previous matches from other leagues that I have seen them participate in, but Infamous here had an ill-advised rush trying to catch them off guard. It didn't, but Team Elation was ready for it. We did see that Wub Wub get destroyed really early in the round as they did attempt to just full send it through prep, but
Yeah, that was a good indicator for
Defenders protect your
what
bombs from being
Infamous were
defused
doing,
by
and
attackers.
those webs are so powerful. Even if they don't slow people down that much or able to be destroyed quickly, they still provide early warning and a nice sound cue, and just really help the defense. And yeah, Infamous, that was a very questionable rush because it wasn't really a rush. They were not very quick about things, and but they also didn't take other map control, so they really needed to decide what they want to do. They need to stick to one thing or another. Either they need to play slow, take map control, everything you're supposed to do, or they need to full on rush. But trying to do both together really just doesn't work out.
yeah,
5 seconds remaining.
we've seen that actually happen a few times where
Attackers
teams
must
do get a
locate
little
and defuse the
complacent with
bomb.
that advantage in the scoreline and do try some risky strategies, and sometimes they pay off and sometimes they don't, and in this situation it didn't end up too well for these attackers, as we did see that scoreline get a little bit tighter from that previous round.
Yeah, onto a 4-5 now, and it was, I believe it was 3-5 earlier. So Team Elation's starting to make up the difference and bring their way back. Cafe is definitely one of those defense side maps. I'm not sure what Strix is doing there, testing his recoil or something, but Bub's looking eager here on this window. He wants the peek. He knows one's close out there, and they're really just fighting for everything. Flash goes in. I wonder if Bubs is going to leap out the window. It's a full monkey play we might see him do here, because I'm not sure Theo knows he's there.
No, but Thea does fall back as Bubs also ends up going on that heavy roam, and oh, we do see them. They do have piano now, which is always a plus for those attackers, as they do push really hard on that piano. But the range does get I love you with that nice C4 kill,
Was that from
and
below? Ooh, spicy.
we do
Not
see that
sure.
nice C4 kill come out, and on I love you, which has really been picking up those kills today in this game, and
Yeah,
both the
Tomato's gonna have
Sophia.
to go big for his team as a fragger. As I love you shut down quickly, and as you said, both Sophia charges gone already.
Yeah, one of those Maestro cams is out, unable to get a little bit more of that info. But we do have default and probably a Valk cam or two there.
Ooh, Theo shoots
Some
her, hide the noise, the repel, and gets in, gets a kill. Malones was not expecting that range with the refrag as kills trade back and forth. Leaves us in a 2-on-3, favoring the defense. We've got range and I believe Bubs both running back up. As there's actually no one in sight right now, but Infamous doesn't know that. And actually, Koyo manages to get one, but Theo is down. It's all on the Thermite.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
yeah,
And Bubs
Bubs.
shuts him down.
Yeah.
Bubs has been
Yeah.
doing good.
Bubs has really been stepping it up after Tomato really got them going in the first half, but does looks like Bubs and Tomato have had really been trading out on each other, and it's been a really nice firefight, I guess. The, to okay,
Oh,
surely we're gonna see a six pick here.
I doubt they
No way.
stick
Yeah,
that.
there we go. There
Yeah,
we go.
into the
That
cave
much
makes more
better. Much
sense.
better. We do
Yeah,
see.
Tachanka, even with the buff, really not the best play.
Yeah, he does say F you to
Defenders
walls and ends
protect your
up
bombs from being
and he
defused
is
by
able to like
attackers.
completely delete them and able to make rotates in exchange for maybe an SMG, an extra SMG on the side of the defenders, but I
Yeah,
don't
even
know
then,
how I
still
feel.
not.
It's not really that viable considering that his turret has such a slow fire rate, slower than the ump, and it's
Attackers have
just
located a bomb.
a lot of teams don't seem to be opting for it as you could obviously get a lot more a better utility to I'm sorry
Attackers
area
have
denial with
secured the location
smoke
of a bomb.
later into the round as that start
5
becomes
seconds left.
powerful, and those Shimekas just don't really make too much of a difference if I'm
Attackers
gonna be
ejected the diffuser.
honest.
Yeah, I agree. It's it serves a he serves the same role as Smoke, just much worse, and so there's really no reason to ever take Tachanka over Smoke.
But we do see
But
a few bodies on that top floor here as they prepare to defend that, but it looks like they're gonna be entering from by pillars. The window by pillars? I'm not sure if that has a call out or not.
I'm not sure actually, but it's like pretty standard top floor take. It's like no one has any breaching charges nearby, so Junkmeister is going to go ahead and use the 2 Hibana pellets. And every time we see Glaucus, I have to think about the fact that he's not using the Iron Sight, and it angers me each time, but I'll just have to accept it. Ranger, though, on a flank, might throw a C4 up and could actually catch someone off guard. It doesn't look like they know he's here. This could be a great flank, and I don't think they have any flank drones. He gets one on a Junkmeister. That's Hibana. Still have a Thermite on the board, but Bubs was actually down inside bathroom, leaving us in a 4v4 unless he can be revived.
Yeah, we do see the diffuser was gone down as Tomato. Tomato does get Strix though. Unable to Strix did hit him a few times, unable to get that headshot there, really did cost him his life. And we did see Dummy Theo pull out that hammer.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to get Bubs as well because no one's nearby that can revive him, and that will leave us in a 3v4 in favor of the attackers. Yep, there we go. Theo manages to finish off that kill. He'd been down there for a while, but with 1 minute and 10 seconds left, they're gonna have a lot of time to get that vertical plane and really make the defenders struggle with no, safe place for them to stand. As I love you sees one, goes for the
Malones.
drop, doesn't quite get
Unable to
one.
get Malones though. Malones still no answer here with the castle and then just unable to get any damage really. And it's
Team
never
Elation.
good. Do you see EQ does start to get that plant down though.
User has been dropped.
And the range does answer back with that nice refrag.
Have
And
recovered their diffuser.
Oh, he was in an
Tomato here
unknown
does
position.
Tomato here does trade him out as he does keep pushing in that. Malonis does see some feet and
Theo with the vertical. Oh, but he knows he's down. He lets him plant. He lets the diffuser continue to go down as a waste of time, but quickly shut down by Theo. Nice attempt by Glaucus. He made this smart move by watching him put the diffuser, trying to waste as much time as possible before shooting him, but just wasn't quite ready for Theo upstairs. And that is why you bring a sight on the SMG-11 instead of no sight.
well, honestly, it's whatever you're comfortable with. Some iron sights like the SMG-11 do have a little bit of cover with their with all that metal coming in on that iron sight. It does cover up a little bit and you don't get too much info from it, but it's honestly just what you prefer here, but uh and in this case Gelatinous does seem to prefer those iron sights over hollow or reflex and
Tactical 6 pick from Malones, the Goyo into the Goyo, so they will definitely not see it coming.
nope. Definitely
As I
won't.
think they're going downstairs again. I think they're downstairs. I'm not sure if their lineup has changed, but the Malusi, as before, very solid for what they need, sort of slowing down the attack and making it a lot easier, for the defense to swing on those defenders as they're slowed by the Banshees. And also, last time Infamous went for that sort of rush, and the Banshees definitely helped slow that down a lot.
Left before insertion.
No K this time, though. Interesting. It means they're not going to be getting the hatch.
Remaining.
Yeah, it does look like they're gonna opt for just a mute on the
Locate a
freezer.
bomb and defuse it.
And you get a little bit of that denial. I didn't see if they did open up. They did open up that hole. So they don't really have that much of a need for Kate, if I'm gonna be honest here. But Infamous has not been pushing that hatch as much as Elation did, and so Team Elation, it looks like, just opted to say We can retake it. It's fine.
This is fine. I'm sure they're confident in their. Yeah, they've got the Malusi plane, and I believe that's called Wedding. Which really having that hole open and having someone play there means that if you try and drop the hatch, you are dead because there are too many crossfires on it. And so I guess that's why they're not really investing in a Cade, is they know that even if the attack gets the hatch open, there's not much they can do from it.
Yeah, we do see a pretty spread out hole here from these defenders as they did drone out a few of these bodies onto in behind bar and in
I love you though.
oh
I guess the quick pick on a Malona is Goyo unable to use his C4. Gets shut down pretty early on. I'm not sure where exactly it was, but I love you getting some damage from Glock as he's trying to get the refrag. Only gets him down to half health though as he swings again and actually manages to finish the job, leaving us at 44. Strix knows one's code check and he shuts him down immediately. That's Tomato, another big performer right off the board. And two big fraggers, Tomato and the I love you, the Ash. Zofia and Ash, the fragging duo, both down already. Infamous is going to be struggling to get those frags, especially since they only needed a few and they could have finished off the game here. But
A bomb has
Koyo
been
trying to
located.
equalize, he wants to end it here, and he gets one on the Glaucus. Banshee
Simulation
going
has done
off.
a really good job with the roamers here, actually. Just wasting a lot of their time. That Wub did have a lot of usage there, as he did let a few of them know that they were outside freezer and did end up slowing them a little bit.
It looks like Team Elation know that all of Infamous are on that east side by the white stairs. Range gets one. As I said, they're all looking that way. They know they just barricaded the back because they know this is a full attack from Freezer. And that is really the only place that Infamous is looking to push. As they jump in, flashes ring out. They're going to be looking to get
By
that
attackers.
bomb down. As Junkmeister actually gets one, and Koyo gets another one. All of a sudden, it's a 1v2, but he's close with a shotgun. He
15
downs one,
seconds.
and it's all onto Koyo. He's on full health. So is Bubs. He turns around, and he doesn't know Koyo's there. Bad timing for Bubs, and Koyo wins it out for Infamous.
Yeah, we did see it was a pretty tight game. But last Infamous does win here with that nice 7-5 scoreline. Does look like Tomato did help hold them together, and rightfully so, getting that MVP here.
Yeah, Tomato had a great game, 13 and 8, and I actually had I love you, and Theo actually showed up a lot after I think he was 0 and 4 for the first few rounds, and then managed to show up big. So really nice fragging across the board from Infamous.
Yeah, definitely. Great game from both sides, as we did see that.
Yeah, really solid game, nice and close, and came down to the wire. It seemed Team Elation were working on quite the comeback, but didn't quite get in the end. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon with the last match of the night, which will be Ignition versus Yoshi.